What to do, everyone? This is Star Marvel 718. This is gonna be my thoughts on a question I've seen come up a lot lately in the One Piece community. Is Momonosuke Kozuki joining the Straw Hat crew? Um, in my opinion, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. And also to this video, I'm pretty short because like I have a few points, and I don't want to have like a long-winded, dragged-out video. So I'll try to get to the point as quick as possible. All right. If we think back to the story right, of One Piece, how Odin and Momonosuke is compared to each other. Odin was like this beast of a man. He was even a beast of a child. He threw his wet nurse. He killed the bear. He was fighting against the Yakuza. He kidnapped a bunch of women and stuff like that. While we see Momonosuke is more human. He's not a beast of a man, or a beast of a child, I should say. He he knows his weaknesses. Like the thing that made Odin great was also the same thing that made Odin a problem. Like Odin didn't take anything serious. He had like all the strength in the world, but the problem with Odin was he always wanted to leave Wano. If you think back to what Kaido said to Odin, like if you would have attacked 5 years earlier, when he right before he did his final attack, before he was captured, you would have won this. You would have won this war. You would have been good. And the thing about sorry about that. New York City, man. I let that pass. See, evidently, even the fire department knows this fucking video right here is straight fire. Straight fire. I know. Cheesy dad joke. I know. I get it. But anyway, going back to what I was saying before, what made Odin strong was his brashness. That Odin always jumped headfirst into things, but also too, it's a weakness. And the reason why I say it's a weakness, if Odin would have stood still, stood strong, and realized what he needed to do, what he needed to fix things. If he would have stayed in Wano instead of trying to travel and see the world, this would never give an opening to Orochi poisoning his father, getting the power and resources that he did. Same thing with Kaido. If he would stood there at Wano, Kaido would never had a chance of taking over and things like that. Um, so if and like I said, the parallels that Oda has been writing Odin and Momo always been pretty much opposites. Oda never asked for help. He was too pride. He was too prideful. While Luffy turned around and said to Momo back at Zo Island, like, yo, don't have your retainers ask me for help. You as a man ask me for help. So I'm thinking because they are the same in the sense of they wanted the best for Wano, but they're also opposite because one was always running and one has to stay. And I think and I feel that Momo's going to stay on the island because he's going to realize, like, you know what, my father was a great man, but the problem that he had was he never stayed. He has to stay here. And also, too, even when you see the significance of Momo at Udon Prison, when Luffy was, after, if you watch, for anime only people, if you go back to the scene, I forgot what episode it was, when Momo pretty much gave the speech to the prisoners after Luffy got infected with the mummy virus, and all the guys was like, "Yo, it's really Lord Momo," and how like his presence just being there gave them inspiration to stand back up, to regain their pride as samurais, and actually want to fight Kyle and things like that. So Odin had the same potential, but like we said before, he constantly left. Like he left Wano altogether. I think like maybe 6 years, 5 6 years, because I know with Whitebeard, I believe he was with Whitebeard for 5 years, and then he traveled with Gold Roger, I believe, for a year. Yeah, I think he was with Gold Roger his final year. So those 6 years that he was gone, he could have been in Wano, taking care of his people and everything, and especially in a situation where his father abruptly died. Like, granted, you know, he didn't know that Orochi was poisoning his father because he's kind of, aloof. But if he would have stated, well, my dad's dead, my dad wanted me to take over, and he would have stood there, Orochi and Kaido would never had any chances of even taking control of Wano. Um, it's another thing. Like I said, because like the parallels between Oden and Momonosuke was Oden was a beast of a man. He had the physical power and everything to conquer all, but Momo's gonna have the heart to conquer, and because he has that heart, that's what's gonna make him a better man in some sense. Because I think like what Oda's trying to portray between the two cats, between father and son, is one has the body, the spirit of a samurai, which is Odin, but Momo has that heart that's it's gonna inspire people. That's gonna want people to do more and help him out, because since he's not the strongest of the strong, people will be more inclined to give him help to take care of Wano. Because if you think about Odin was just, he was a Chad, as everybody say. Like, he has so much power that you wouldn't think that he will be defeated. That you wouldn't think like he couldn't do it. Like, it seemed like he was the man that could do the impossible. But look what happened to him. You know, um, there's just so much stuff that if you like really think about how Oda had these two as opposites. So how when Oda was first introduced, he was always trying to escape. They were saying like, "Oh, it's illegal to escape." This that where I think what's going to end up happening. Obviously, they're going to defeat Kaido. Momo's going to become the new Shogun, but he's going to lift the rule about people from Wano be able to travel out the country, things like that. But he won't travel, and that's it. And that's what I said. That's how they're parallels to each other. They're parallel opposites. You guys get what I'm saying. How the opposites. One was always trying to escape Wano, but it was illegal. But the other one, now that it's legal to leave, he's not going to leave. So that's why I think that Momonosuke will not join the Straw Hat crew. Guys, let me know what you guys think about this, I guess, idea, theory, whatever you guys want to call it. And I do apologize about the fire. I know I could just edit the video and stuff out, but I like doing these like one take type of videos, because I feel like when I do the one take videos, it's more genuine. Mistakes happen. You guys can see, like, I don't always like stare into the camera. I'm always like looking around, because like I'm thinking, I'm getting my thoughts together, things like that. Sometimes I have my notes. I'm maybe looking down, reading my notes. But let me guys know what you think about this idea. Do you feel Momo's going to join the Straw Hats? Do you feel that he's not going to join the Straw Hats? Like, I could see him joining the Straw Hats maybe if there's another time skip and he's a little bit older, and let's say he's like the same age or around the same age as Shanks when Shanks joined. When we see Shanks with Go Roger, so let's say like that 13 to 15 type of age where he's a cowboy, so he could leave because Wano now is pretty good, and they will have allies and things like that. And because at that time I feel if they do a time skip, because Momo was like 8, if they do a time skip, let's say 6 years or so, and Luffy is considered like Pirate King or even an Emperor, I could see Wano being underneath Luffy's flag and no one really trying anything. So I could see like Momo then join his crew, but like him join the crew right after Wano, no, I don't feel he's going to join the crew. Because like I said, there's way too many parallels how Oda was saying that Momo is the opposite of his father. As great as his father made a lot of mistakes, and the first thing that Momo did that was greater than his father, he asked for help. Because if you really, really think about it, he had Whitebeard on his side. Whitebeard considered Odin his brother. He could easily turn around and say like, you know what? I need help. I'm gonna get my family to come in, help me out, and I'll just pay them back later. But he was too powerful. And the first thing, and like I said, his last mistake was his last mistake because he didn't ask for help, and this is why his life was taken. Momo first achievement was being a man and acting like, you know what, I'm not that strong. I'm just a child. I need help. So the end of this video was a lot long. I was hoping to make it like a 7-minute long video, but it's going on 10. But like I said, like, subscribe, comment down below. If you like the video, like they say, like the damn video. Comment. Let's have a conversation, man. Like, let me guys know what you guys think about this conversation, about this idea. Star Maru 718. I'm out, y'all.